tropical rainforest is Earth's most complex biome in terms of both structure and species diversity. It occurs under optimal growing conditions, abundant precipitation, and year-round warmth. There is no annual rhythm to the forest. Rather, each species has evolved its own flowering and fruiting seasons. Sunlight is the major limiting factor. A variety of strategies have been successful in the struggle to reach light or to adapt to the low intensity of light beneath the forest canopy. Rainforests are the Earth's oldest living ecosystem, but they're pretty incredible. They cover only 6% of the Earth's surface, but they contain more than 1/2 of the world's plant and animal species. As many as 30 million species of plants and animals live in the tropical rainforest. And these animals, called fauna, and plants called flora, contribute to the biotic factors of this biome. Now, when it comes to plants, there are approximately 3,000 plant species. Among these are the orchids, bamboos, and you name it. The uniqueness that distinguishes one plant from another comes from 210 different families that originate within the rainforest. Lianas, though, are a type of climbing vine. These vines climb the trunks of the larger trees to try and reach the sunlight. They often loop up and down in this process. They are very thick, in fact so thick they are often used as bridges. Epiphytes are air plants. They live in the air while resting on another tree and do not ever enter into the soil. These plants thrive on the branches or trunks of other plants, yet they do not ever damage their host. They take their food from the environment. Many epiphytes are flowering plants, but in a tropical rainforest, they can come in a variety of species. Next up is parasites. No, not that kind. In a rainforest, parasites are tropical vegetation that cannot live on their own. Parasites cannot make food from the sunlight, and in this manner, they're the exact opposite of epiphytes, for they actually damage their hosts. Instead, they take their food from the plant to which they have attached themselves, and many of the forest fungi are parasitic. Saprophytes are very similar to parasites. They need almost no sunlight, and they cannot make their own food. However, unlike parasites, they do not live off other plants. Saprophytes in a rainforest obtain their nutrients from the dead organic matter on the forest floor, so you can kind of think of them as decomposers. Now, in comes fauna, or your animals. There are so many animals in the tropical rainforest that some of them have not been studied or even named yet. Tropical rainforests are home to about half of all the world's species. Scientists say that the diversity in tropical rainforests is partially due to their age. Some rainforests have been around for millions of years. This means that for millions of years, the plants and animals in tropical rainforests have been evolving and developing to create an incredible, diverse, and complex system. The animals in a rainforest live in the layer that is best suited for their abilities and their needs. With the canopy having the most life, animals in a tropical rainforest occupy all the layers that make up this unique environment. There is an enormous variety of mammals in a rainforest. Mammals are animals with fur that feed their babies with milk. The rainforest is also home to birds of every color. Reptiles which have scales and lay eggs also live in the rainforest. Amphibians like frogs and toads live in and out of water. It is the insects of the rainforest, however, that you will be most likely to see if you were to walk around. Biotic factors, on the other hand, are not living things. They include soil, rocks, sun, light, water, air, temperature, and climate. And these abiotic and biotic factors determine both where an organism can live within the realm of the rainforest and how much a population can grow. And this contributes not only to influence the biodiversity of the biome, but also the efficiency and interworkings of the biome. And with that said, here's a few things to keep in the loop. The coolest months are usually above 18 degrees Celsius or 64.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Driest months with at least 6 centimeters or 2.4 inches of precipitation. When it comes to geographic distribution, the areas are usually around the equator, but some examples include the Amazon rainforest basin, Congo Rainforest Basin, east coast of Central America, east coast of Brazil, east coast of Madagascar, Malaysia, and Indonesia and the Philippines. The rainforest is also known for its vegetation, called salvia, jungle where light penetrates, that is, the little sunlight that it gets, tropical iron-rich soils, climbing and flying animals, reptiles and insects, and the infamous slash and burn agricultural techniques. And environmental stresses do not just refer to the physical sense of the biome, but chemical and biological constraints on the productivity of species and the development of the ecosystems. Meaning that although deforestation and commercial agriculture are the main stressors on the environment, we shouldn't leave out how heavily we rely on the tropical rainforest for things like food and spices like vanilla and ginger and bananas and black peppers, also things that we use for medicine. So the big question is, what are we going to do? First off, use education. Not only educating yourself about the issues surrounding the rainforest and deforestation, but also tell other people. Practice conservation at home.
What? But I'm just one person.
Well, actually, personal recycling and reducing of your own ecological footprint can be more of a big help than you'll ever know. For instance, the recycling and reducing of aluminum will stop the need for mining for the mineral called bauxite. I know, the 3 R's is so cliche, right? But it helps reduce the usage of the rainforest as well as ecosystems all over the world. However, most importantly, the rainforest participates in the 2 most important things known to humanity besides food: water and oxygen. Rainforest water is so important because majority of the water that is produced there is evaporated and then used as rain in other areas. And because of the substantial amount of trees in the tropical rainforest biome, it is safe to say it is solely responsible for the majority of the oxygen production in the air in which we breathe. So, no rainforest equals no trees, equals no oxygen, equals no us. Instead of just looking at this biome as another environment, let's look at it for what it truly is: a sustainer of life.